Let's chat through some of the differences between supervised learning versus unsupervised learning. So the goal of supervised learning is to predict a value or predict a certain label, whereas unsupervised learning, you're just trying to group together data, find patterns, not exactly predicting something predetermined. And then in terms of your data, supervised learning, you have labeled data. You have an outcome which has label, for example, got into a school, did not get into a school, versus unsupervised, there is no specific label that you're trying to predict. In terms of evaluation techniques, you want to compare your predictions versus actual. If they're close, then your model did well. You also might be considering precision versus recall, as well as R squared. Whereas evaluating how well your unsupervised learning did, it's quite subjective. You're often looking at whether the grouping actually makes sense. Again, very subjective. In terms of different algorithms for supervised learning, for continuous variables, where you're trying to predict a number like income, you might want to consider, say, linear regression. And if you want something that's more categorical, like admitted to a school, not admitted to school, you can consider logistic regression, decision trees, a naive Bayes support vector machine. There's also continuous versions of these as well, but we'll get into these details in different TikToks. In terms of unsupervised algorithms, you have clustering, under which there's k-means, density, hierarchical clustering, principal components analysis, as well as multidimensional scaling. Then some example problems of supervised learning. One, trying to predict housing price, and then two, let's say you're trying to predict whether email is spam or not. Versus examples of unsupervised learning, you can think of this as, hey, I'm trying to segment my marketing customers, or I'm trying to model some topics, group together similar words. And yeah, that's just a quick intro to supervised versus unsupervised learning.